Estrella Jalisco has been in production since 1910 in the city of Guadalajara, Mexico. Named after the Mexican state of Jalisco and Spanish for star, Estrella Jalisco just started to pop up in the United States in 2016. Why? Because brand owner Anheuser-Busch wanted a piece of the ever-growing Mexican beer import market. But what should you make of Estrella Jalisco? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews. What up, guys? Yeah, we are back and better than ever. And yes, we are doing the Estrella Jalisco beer. It's, at least for where I'm at, it's just recently started to pop up. I wouldn't say everywhere, but you can find it in most places now. And I don't know, Mexican beer. I haven't had it before. Let's give it a whirl. Of course, it's they first started making it in 1910. I don't know if they're just kind of throwing that on the label because, I mean, Corona and all that good stuff is made like from the mid-20s. So, I don't know. Maybe Estrella Jalisco's marketing department just is not very good. I don't know, because I bought this and then I started to see it in advertisements at like Dodger games, when you watch Dodger baseball games, when you sit on TV or whatever. So I don't know, but as you know me, not a fan of these clear bottles, but I do like, the painted on label, for at least label purposes, I dig that. So it's very similar to like what a Corona was going to look like. All right, we got everything popped and ready to go, so let's check out the smell. It smells a little skunky kind of right off the bat. It has like that wet bread, pilsnery kind of aroma to it. There's a little bit of lemon zest in there. It smells like deep down there wants to be a decent beer. Like, it really wants to have something there. I don't know if this is just older and with the the clear bottle, if it just gives it a little skunkiness. To be fair, I did buy this like 2 months ago and it's been sitting in my refrigerator, so maybe that light exposure every time I'm popping it open for other beers, maybe that causes, I don't know, but that's what you get when you're using clear glass. So yeah, that wet bread, little bit of a lemon rind zest kind of thing. There's a little, I don't know if it's a nutty or almost raisiny. I'm gonna say a little like peanut nutty, not super, not like your heavier, like, not heavy is not the right word, but like how peanuts are almost lighter in flavor than like your almonds and walnuts, kind of stuff like that. This has more of that peanut nutty kind of thing going on, if that makes any sense. I don't know, it has that wet, skunky, just kind of lager pilsner thing that you get in a lot of beers. I always kind of relate it to the elephant beer. I think that's probably just because that was one of the real, just like first like beers that I had that just really had that smell, and now I just equate everything to it. But I don't know, smelling this beer doesn't get me excited. So I am not going to recommend it on smell, but I don't know, let's find out on the taste. Yeah, it's very light tasting. It's crisp on the back end. There's really no carbonation on the mouth. It has there's a slight lingering taste to it, which isn't necessarily that great. There's definitely not a lot of flavor to it. You're not really getting a lot of the lemon zest or anything. It's more just kind of, it tastes very watery. I mean, there is still some flavor to it. I mean, you know, it's 4.5% alcohol, so it's kind of basically right around in there. I can't remember. Budweiser is like 4.2. I haven't had a Budweiser in such a long time. But I don't know. I mean, it's something that you're at the bar and it's cheap, and maybe it's happy hour and that's what's on sale, and you just feel like, you know, okay, fine. That's kind of why you get this beer. Other than that, for me, it's saving graces. It doesn't have a lot of bad, like, skunk flavor that's lingering around. It actually doesn't really taste that skunky from what it smelled like. I was really worried that it was just going to be just straight, you know, skunk ass tasting beer. Thankfully, it doesn't really have that. So that's a saving grace. I'm still not going to recommend it on taste. Like if I was to give beer like a third of a point, I'd do that, but I'm not going to recommend it on taste. All right, next category is value for price, and yeah, this is good to go. You know, again, it's priced competitively with a Corona, and you know, those kind of beers. I think it might act. I'm just kind of guessing. I can't remember exactly, but it might be slightly cheaper than a Corona. If it's not, it should be. Then, you know, you can at least get the people that are going for Coronas and be like, oh, a different Mexican beer, I'll try it out. Then I think, you know, that'd be smart if they just undercut Corona by like a quarter or 50 cents. This is one of those beers that you're gonna toss a lime into it. I think probably with the lime in this beer, it would taste a whole lot better. It'd give it. I think this beer would really accept the lime. It's almost like they make it for a lime, or added fruit, or to add to, you know, your tomato juice stuff or whatever. It is kind of it's a decent base beer if you're going to be adding stuff to it, because like it doesn't have lingering taste and all of that stuff. So I think it is a good base to build those things off of. But I'm kind of going off of from the price. But I will recommend it for value for price. It's a good buy. So good for that. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? It is a probably cheaply made Mexican beer. I probably don't have to really get into anything else. If you've had Modelo or Corona or the other half dozen, you know, beers that are like this from Mexico, for some reason, most of the best Mexican beers aren't imported that heavily. But if you've had those other beers, this is very similar to that. It's, you know, if you can't find Corona, let's go with this one. It's, again, the fact that this beer is 15 years older than Corona and Modelo is interesting, because up until a few months ago, I'd never heard of this. But maybe that's just me. Maybe my head's been in the sand for that beer. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to recommend it for distinction. There's really nothing distinctly different about it from the other ones. Okay, next category is drinkability, and actually this beer is it's easy to drink. There's not a whole lot of flavor to it, which is why it's very easy to drink. I mean, I think it's a beer that has to be chilled. Once it starts to get warm, you don't really want to fiddle with it. But since it is so, not a lot of hoppiness, not a lot of not a whole ton of flavor, and it really kind of cuts. It does have a nice crisp finish, so it does make it easy to drink. So you probably shouldn't have a problem to drink it before it starts getting warm. Even if you don't really like it, you can force it down without a problem. So I will recommend it on drinkability. You would have no problem just crashing or smashing a 6-pack and wondering what happened. Like, wow, I just plowed through that. So I will recommend it on that. And alright, last category is would I buy it again? And realistically, no. It's not my thing. It's a fine beer if it's hot out, but there are other beers I'd rather drink if it's hot out. And there's other Mexican beers I'd rather get into. So I'm not going to buy it again, but it's worth checking out if you've never had Estrella Jalisco. Estrella. I'm trying to think how you'd actually say this in Spanish. Estrella Jalisco. I don't think two L's is makes an L sound. Estrella. I don't know. I'm practicing on my Spanish, but I've taken some time off. So, anyways, that's my review of this. If you've had it before, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. If there's other Mexican beers that are starting to pop up that you're like, oh wow, let me know and I'll try to check them out. And yeah, this is we're breaking in the brand new year. I'm gonna try to get a lot more new content out. I have some cool shows. If you haven't done it yet, check out my Microbrews Traveler things. I think those are really kind of cool place that you can get micro beer in different countries, different cities, because I feel like nobody talks about micro beers in different countries. And so those are only like between 4 and 7 minutes, so it's, you know, watch it on your break, whatever. But yeah, so check those out, and so that's pretty much it. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, I'm on to my next beer review. I'm going to try to knock some of these out real quick. But anyways, for now, for myself and Estrella, for this Mexican beer, take it easy.